It's just the start.
What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by the obviously authentic channel. My name's Leah. That's spelled L-E-A and not L-E-A-H. And you know what, guys? I'm in a really good mood. I just got some really good news and basically about a situation that I was worried about, but the news let me know I didn't need to worry about it. So I think this is going to be a good review because I'm in a good mood. But we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm actually really enjoying this season. I kind of like last season, but I think this season is way better than last season. And I think, and way better than the season when Lisa Vanderpump was on and it was like Puppygate. That season, I was like, I'm over y'all. I am over y'all. But no, like this season, I think is going to be really good. And I'm really vibing and like liking everybody so far. There's nobody on the cast that I'm like dreading or like to see. So yeah, so let's get into it. No, I want to say this first. I do think Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has done a really good job in their 4 new cast members. So I see this on Twitter. You know, I talk to people on Twitter and I can see that a lot of people are kind of annoyed that the minority housewives are basically having to educate the white housewives about certain things. But in my opinion, these women know that they're diversity hires. They know that they're diversity hires. So I don't really feel that bad for them. I do understand that it is not our responsibility to constantly educate you when Google is free 99, but they know what they're signing up for. Tiffany on Real Housewives of Dallas, she knew what she was signing up for, but that over there, they just need to put Real Housewives of Dallas in the wash and like start anew. If they gonna keep Tiffany, then they need to surround Tiffany with way better people, because that over there is racist. I don't like that. All of that right there is racist. But she knew she was a diversity hire. Same with Ebony on Real Housewives of New York. She knows she's a diversity hire. She's smart enough. All these women are smart enough. You got Tiffany is a doctor. She's an anesthesiologist. She not stupid. Ebony, I think Ebony works with, she's a newscaster, and I think she's also like a journalist. So she not dumb. So she knew she was a diversity hire for Real Housewives of New York. And then even on this franchise, Garcelle is not stupid, and neither is Crystal. They know that they're diversity hires. So I'm kind of like annoyed that people are like, they need to stop trying to educate these women. Like, it's not their job, but it's kind of like, y'all, I'm sorry. There is like a piece of hair that is in my periphery, in my vision. Okay. But it's kind of like they knew what they were signing up for. So I don't feel that bad for them, but I do totally understand that it is not the jobs of the minorities around you to constantly educate you on ways that they can be less offensive or non-offensive. But if you're going to go into a situation knowing what the situation is, that you're going to be the only person of color there, then you have to prepare yourself for what may happen. I also think it's important to educate the people that you're around. If you're trying to get money with these ladies, like, you're going to have to educate them. And that's just we just going to have to call a spade a spade. Like, there's not that many franchises on Bravo that are very integrated. And to me, that sometimes isn't a bad thing. That it isn't a bad thing. Like, for Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac, I want them just to be black. I want these ladies to be black and enjoy themselves and not have to worry about coddling somebody's feeling that is non-black to make them feel comfortable. Same with same with Married to Medicine. Even with Shots of Sunset, I like that everybody on there is Persian. Or Family Karma. I like the fact that everybody on Family Karma is Indian. And like they know they have all these inside things, just like you see on Real Housewives of Potomac in Atlanta. There's all these inside jokes that like culturally we understand because we all grew up that way. And you know, I even like that New Jersey is not like integrated. It's like I enjoy that New Jersey is by themselves because like they're all Italian, or if they're not Italian, somebody is a sprinkle of Jewish, and then you have what's her name? Jen, who is Turkish, but she still grew up in Long Island, so she knows about the different cultural of that city and that area. I mean, I don't really care about the OC. The OC fell off for me, but I'm okay with like certain casts just being one ethnicity or one race. But if they are going to integrate the cast, I think they should follow how they did Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because Garcelle is an actress. She's been in Hollywood for a very long time. She's still a relevant actress. And on top of that, her friends that we see, like we've seen on Will Smith's ex-wife, who's also an actress, they still are very current and up-to-date people that we know. So it's not like you got somebody that was a has-been. Then you have Crystal. Crystal's grown up in LA. A majority, I think she said all her life, a majority of her life. And then her husband is a director. So like she's been mingling with these groups. So it's not like y'all just threw an Asian lady in there or a black lady in there. I don't know with Real Housewives of New York, because I feel like with them, their dynamic is always weird, because since Ebony is not like their friend, the vibe is off, because the ladies on Real Housewives of New York have been friends for like 20 plus years. And like that one episode I watched, them ladies was cussing each other out, and then 10 minutes later is crying, kissing on each other and telling them that they love them. So they might need to do a shakeup. But I really think if they are going to integrate all the cast, then they need to follow Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we're having this discussion. It opens up with where it left off, where it was Crystal, Sutton, and Kyle still having the conversation, where Crystal is telling the Sutton, tell me you're that girl. Tell me you're that girl that doesn't see color. And Sutton says, I don't see color. And I get where Tiffany is coming from. I actually get where Tiffany's coming from, and I definitely get where Tiffany's coming from, but I also get where Sutton is coming from, because I think in the beginning Sutton was really just trying to stand up for her friend, Garcelle, because I think she thought Kyle was about to like skew Crystal's perspective of Garcelle, but in doing so, Sutton kind of set herself up where she just sort of sit back and listen. But again, Crystal's not black, so a black person's experience in America is totally different sometimes to what an Asian person experience in America. But I do understand her trying to educate the ladies and shed light on like, this is what I felt. This is what I felt, and this is what I feel like she may have been going through. So Sutton got really emotional and started crying and just saying like, I don't see color. I think everybody's equal. Kyle was trying to like get in there and help. And I think she just got so worked up. Sutton just got so worked up and defensive that she shut down and really couldn't hear what Crystal was trying to say. And Crystal also shut down because Crystal was like, we just gonna agree to disagree. So they really didn't have no resolve. So it's the next morning and things are going well. Everybody's waking up. They do a flashback to what happened at nighttime. And Kathy walking up into Sutton's room at like 12, I think it said like 12:30 or 12:40, with like 6 pillows and her fan. And Sutton's naked and was just trying to like hang out and talk to her. And I was like, girl, it's 12:30 in the morning. And then she decided to go bother her sister, Kyle. And she got into bed with Kyle. And it was like 1 something when she got in Kyle's room. If she was my sister, I'd have told her to get the hell up out my room or lay down and go to sleep. Because you're not going to do this with me. And she was like flipping through newspapers and drinking a Red Bull. And like Kyle was like, why are you drinking an energy drink? And Kathy's like, oh, I thought it was a soft drink. Kathy is just kooky and weird, but I know good enough and good well that like Kathy knows that Red Bull is not a soft drink. She is not that old where she don't know that Red Bull is not a soft drink. Like Red Bull is nowhere nowhere near the soda in the grocery aisle. And I don't even know if the lady go get her own groceries or not, but she can read. Kathy ain't that blind. So they're eating breakfast and everyone's talking about the election, because during this time the election was still going on. And they decided to go on the railroad tracks. There's like some thing where you like pedal. I wouldn't want to do it because I hate riding the bike like that. I hate that kind of stuff. It did look fun, but I hate that. I don't like paddle boating. Like, no, I don't like that type of stuff. But they get there. Sutton, Kyle, and Garcelle are on one of the slower, what's it called? The slower one where you like paddle, and then the rest of the ladies decide to get on the railroad, or the one in front of them that's really fast. So Sutton explained why she doesn't like things like this. She was like, I don't like roller coasters. I don't like elevators. She was like, when she was a dancer, I guess that's why she moved to New York. And she was just saying, like, in New York, no, she was saying as a dancer, you have control of your body. I don't like giving things control. So she was just like, She was spazzing out. I would have told her to shut up. Because I was like, if you going to get on it, you need to calm down. Like, you agreed to get on it. You got to calm down, Sutton. You really got to calm down. But she was not happy. The other ladies looked like they were having fun. I would have been over it after a while. I low-key would have stopped pedaling, but then that's low-key why I don't like things like that, because I was like, when you get tired, does it stop? Are you just stationary? The same thing with paddle boating. Like, if you don't paddle, the boat doesn't go anywhere. So I'm like, when my legs get tired, what you want me to do? So they leave. I forgot to mention, but before they actually got in the vans to go on their excursion, Crystal and Sutton had a conversation. And basically, I kind of felt like Crystal was being fake, because I was like, if you don't like what she's saying to you, or you don't like, you're not getting her vibe, then I wouldn't respond to her being like, I don't feel like you're racist or you're that way. But I don't know. It just felt like Crystal didn't want problems, but then in her talking head or in her green screen, she had a problem. And I was like, Crystal doesn't give me the like timid type. So I was just kind of like, if you had a problem with the way Sutton reacted, then you should have just addressed it then. But basically, Crystal gave us some of her backstory as to why she always kind of is, like, she speaks up. And she said how her and her dad were at a gas station pumping gas, and this car rolled by, and I guess they were being basically racist towards her and her father. They were yelling at her dad, telling her dad, like, go back to your country, y'all taking all the money and all the jobs. And her dad was so scared that he just jumped in the car and I guess just pulled off. And she said her dad never spoke to her about it. And she was like, she just realized, like, she was so scared in that moment. And I think in her mind, she just felt unsafe because, like, her father is scared, she's scared, and he's not talking about what just transpired while they were pumping gas. So I was like, dang, like, that must have been, like, I haven't ever, like, had that type of interaction with people. I have people be racist towards me, but I've never had it be that up front. Is normally like with microaggressions. So I understand how she got, because she started crying in the confessional. So it must have been something that really, like, was traumatic. Not really, but was traumatic for her, because she still has, like, feelings. It brings up negative feelings for her. So then Sutton trying to, like, I guess express her position to her. She was like, I moved from the South to New York when I was 25. And she was like, I just remember being in the elevator and, like, talking to someone, and immediately someone came up to me and was like, when they heard her accent, they were like, oh, you're from the South, are you racist? And that really stuck with her because she was like, no. And I think that's a trigger for her as well. I think as a collective or as a community, we have like a global community, we have to be cognizant of other people's experiences. Even though being black and being another minority is way harder than what it is being white, you just don't never want to invalidate someone's experience. And that's why it's so like, that's why diversity training is shifting. And I even post up a picture because I found a cool picture that like they always use in diversity training, but it's the difference between equality and equity. And if you don't know the difference, so equality means each individual or group of people is given the same resources and opportunities, versus equity is recognizing that each person has different circumstances and allocating the exact resources and opportunities needed to reach an equal outcome. And I think that's important. Like, yes, we want to see everybody as equal, but the world doesn't see us that way. If we're going to keep it all the way a buck, like we're going to keep it all the way 100. When people say, and this is why I think what Crystal was trying to explain to Sutton is, when you say you don't see color, it's dismissive because the other world, you may not see color. You as a person, as a one, like even if you're white, you may not see color. You may see everybody as equal. You may be wanting to rally with everybody. But for us, that's not what it is. Because when the world sees me, they see me as a black woman. They don't see nothing. They see a black woman. So it's important to see color. There's nothing wrong with seeing color. What is wrong is judging someone because of their color. But I do also understand it's like, don't nobody want to be labeled as a racist. Like Sutton said, it is a virus. White people are scared to have these conversations because they're scared to be labeled as such. And that's understandable, but if we always have to have these discussions, then we need to have these discussions. Like, Georgia is trying to ban critical race theory when it's important that we talk about race. Like, if anything, the greatest example, like the most recent example, is what happened on June the 6th. Them mofos stormed the Capitol. I guarantee you, because I'm from the DMV area, you can't never get that close to the Capitol. No, they will shoot you with no questions asked for even going down the wrong street, because in their mind, you trying to do harm to the people inside the Capitol, or you might be a terrorist. So for them not to like spray them people with bullets, I guarantee if that would have been a gang load of black people, Hispanic, Asian, or any other minority other than a white person, all them people would have got killed. And they would have justified it as, we didn't know what y'all was going to do. But they allowed those other people, like I think they said only like, maybe like 3 or 4 people got killed. And I'm like, if they would have been a different color, it'd have been way more than 3 or 4. So, like I said, you need to see color. It's okay to see color. What's not okay is to judge someone because you see their color. So they get back. Kathy had accidentally put, what's it called, eardrops in her eye, y'all. While I was in Texas, I grabbed the wrong saline solution. I grabbed what I thought was eye drops, but it was saline solution that you put your contacts in. I put that in my eye. You talking about my eyes swole up to the point where like my eye, like the liquid in my eye was becoming like mucusy. So I know that pain. She lucky she just put eardrops in her eye. I put salt in my eye. One of the most horrible experiences I've ever felt. I wanted to take my eye out, but she crazy. So the night continues. The ladies all go to dinner and they decide to play a prank. We did see some type of bonding between Crystal and Crystal and Sutton, where we found out that unfortunately Crystal's dad passed away from Alzheimer's 3 years ago. And she was like, they basically slowly saw him deteriorate. That, I think dementia and Alzheimer's is one of the worst diseases for someone, for the person going through it and the people watching it, because it's like seeing somebody who was so full of life and vibrant slowly just die sucks. And then with Sutton shared that her dad committed suicide 18 years ago, and unfortunately her mom is a psychotherapist, so she was like, it took her mom a long time, and she explained that her dad dealt with depression. And I was like, oh, that sucks. That is horrible. I actually had a friend in high school whose dad like did that. He killed himself. And I just remember, like, she's doing so much better now, but I just remember how, like, she was like a ghost. Like, she would come to school and, like, she wasn't in school for a while. I think it was about, like, almost, like, 2 weeks. But she would come to school and she just wouldn't be there. And I was just like, and it was nothing you could really say, because it's like, I wonder, like, you're just going in your mind, like, what could I have said? What could I have done in order to make you not do something like this? Or why did you leave me? So I was like, dang, that sucks. But they were bonding, and I was hoping that things were going to get better, but we go to the end of the night. And so it's the end of the night. And they're at the the restaurant. Everybody looked real nice. They ended up playing a prank on Kathy, when Kathy thought she was playing a prank on the lady, where she was drinking dirty martinis, but like it was water, and the ladies knew. Kathy didn't know that the ladies were also drinking water. So Kathy was pranking the ladies, but the ladies were also pranking Kathy, knowing that I don't think they knew that Kathy was playing a prank on them. Yeah, I don't think Kathy knew that she was playing a prank on them, or they was playing a prank on Kathy. If I messed it up, my bad. But they were just drinking water, and I was gooped because I really thought they was drinking martinis, because I was like, Sutton. The only thing was, like, Sutton didn't know. They didn't loop Sutton in on it, so she was just at the table like, oh my god. So then Sutton and Dorit kind of get into it, because Dorit was basically trying to tell Sutton that she wasn't cultured. But no offense, Dorit, we know your accent is fake. You're from Connecticut, but you speak like your accent is like interwoven between like British and like it's like an English accent mixed with like somewhat of an Australian accent. Like, where it's like, so you do different inflections, and it's like, Dorit, we know you from Connecticut, ma'am. You told us, your family told us you were from Connecticut. Calm down. And she was trying to basically say, because what Sutton was trying to say is that she brung up like the whole like Southern thing again, how she was like, well, maybe Erica could understand, because do you often she basically said, do you often feel like people automatically assume that you're racist because you're from the South? And Erica was like, no. Like, Erica said, I don't want no parts of this. I'm already going through enough. Like, I might be going to jail. I don't need to be going to jail, because I don't need to be going to jail or getting indicted, and then people thinking I'm a racist. I need all the public support I can get. So Erica was like, pause, girl. No, I don't feel that way. And so then Dorit was trying to help, but it wasn't helping. So Sutton got mad, because Sutton was like, don't tell me I'm not cultured. Don't tell me that. And then Garcelle was basically like, Sutton is just a little sensitive. And then when they were on the bus, Sutton was trying to ask questions about what was going on. And then she felt some type of way because she wasn't in the loop. And then Crystal was trying to give Sutton a social cue, so she kind of like tapped her with her foot. Sutton got mad. So then they were arguing when they got back home, and then Crystal got worked up and was like, girl, you ridiculous. I'm not dealing with you. And went to her room. And then everybody else was looking at Sutton like, you doing too much. And then Kyle grabbed Sutton, because Sutton was like, bitch, I'm about to go to bed. Like, I'm a grown woman. So then Kyle grabbed Sutton's arm and was like, act like it. And I'd have cussed Kyle out, because you're not my mama. You're not my mama. We only like maybe 3 or 4 years apart. Don't be yelling at me like you my mama, sweetie. Don't do that. And so then Sutton kind of like calmed down, and then flash forward to 45 seconds later, minutes later, is Kathy, Kyle, and Sutton on the couch. They're talking about what happened, and then Sutton notices Crystal's jacket on the couch, and she said, I'm gonna be a good girlfriend and bring her jacket. So she takes her jacket while Crystal is on the phone with her friend talking trash about Sutton, because she like, this girl getting on my nerves. And then Sutton walks in and it's like, to be continued. So yeah, I don't think Sutton is racist. Excuse me, y'all. I don't think she's racist. I just think Sutton is just uptight and extra sensitive. And I don't think she know how to express herself sometimes. It's just like always like wiry. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I hope you have a good day. And yeah, remember to be bravely authentic. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.